Hello, and welcome to Beyond Average Journeys of Growth and Increasing Value interview series. So, I'm your host, Kristen Carlson, and today I'm joined with Martin Greif, who is the president of SiteTuners in Tampa, Florida. He's also the author of a book called Relationship Marketing in the Digital World, and also speaking at the Home Services Growth Summit in Atlanta on February 27th and the 28th. And he's also speaking in Budapest in May. So Marty, thank you so much for joining us, and would like to kick us off with a brief background as to who you are and what you do, highlighting your journey as an entrepreneur.
Perfect. Well, first off, thank you very much for inviting me. I truly appreciate it. Um, my journey as an entrepreneur, well, interestingly enough, I've started multiple companies over the years. And the first company was Successful Search Seminars, where I taught people how to get a job. And it was basically sales and marketing 101. It was profitable, it was growing, and I shut it down anyway, because it was the most depressing thing I'd ever done in my life. Uh,
Gosh.
oh no, this is terrible. So I was up in Massachusetts. The state of Massachusetts paid us to teach people who were unemployed. And these people were in such a bad place. And I tried to motivate them and help them feel good. But I was so depressed after every coaching session. I just couldn't do it anymore. Yeah. So I tried something different. I created pre-internet. I created a t-shirt business called Bytewear, B-Y-T-E, and it had silly t-shirts that said things like "Bite me," but or "Megabyte me," and that actually did well. We sold them at trade shows, um, and then somebody said to me, when you start your third company, I will invest in you. And I started my third company, raised
Awesome.
over $1 million, and it was a privacy software company that created proxy servers for people. And that really, that took off and did really, really well. And over the years, I wound up at SiteTuners, which was founded by a friend of mine. And
Oh,
oh yeah, Tim Ash created this company, and I was retired. I was already doing well, and Tim said, "Hey, Marty, could you come on board and help me take it to the next level?" And I said, "Well, I'm not really doing it." He says, "Yeah, I need you to be the adult in charge." And I thought, "Oh, that's funny." Yeah, he wasn't kidding. Uh,
so
so so after joining, I've been here, I guess, 11, 12 years, and in 2019, I bought it. And so I
nice.
own it. Yeah, I just that bug is still in me to build companies and do this. So
So
and
what
it's
was
been
the
a
next
blast.
level? Where did you want to take it to, or what was he expecting?
So what he was looking for is something that wasn't it wasn't just a project based, always hunting and killing your next assignment. And so I revamped our pricing structure, our business model, completely changed it to be more of a subscription business, increased our hourly rate by an order of magnitude, and started signing clients like we signed Google at the time to optimize google.com for them. And we also, oh yeah, so we changed our business completely. Um, Tim, however, decided at one point he wanted to travel the world and speak. And so he sold it to me. And so it was Tim and Robin were the two owners, and I bought them out. And since then, we have, I think, tripled the size of the company, right?
Gosh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah, thank you. As a matter of fact, we are, I don't know when this is going to air, so I think I can get away with saying this, all right? February 27th, we're now allowed to announce that we're on the Inc. 5000 for the Southeast region. Yeah, so yeah,
Congratulations. Wow.
and we're going to apply for the Inc. 5000, nationally. So it's growing and it's going very, very well, right? So
Awesome. So
anyway.
what does Site Tuners do?
So we are a conversion rate optimization agency. We are basically the online persuasion people. We make sure that when somebody comes to a website, that they take whatever the desired action is, which could be I buy something, I subscribe to something, I become a lead and fill out a form, whatever the organization is trying to get more of, we make it persuasive so people actually do that.
Awesome. And so,
So,
what is your biggest challenge with the company at the size it is today?
oh, finding talent, hiring people is painful. I got to tell you, uh, we do a free review of someone's website, and this young man asked me to review his website, and we normally do a half hour, and I spent an hour and a half with him, and he asked the best questions I've ever heard in my life. And I said afterwards, I said to his name is Parker. I said, Parker, can I hire you? You are just amazing, right? I
That's
mean, I'm guessing he's like 23, 24. I mean, I just loved
okay.
him. And he said, well, this is not what I do full time. Full time, I have this other business and this is what I do. I said, well, tell me about your business. And the next thing I know, I hired Parker's business to be helping us with something, right?
Great.
And we've
Excellent.
agreed that if I really need Parker to work for him, I can either keep paying them money or buy his agency. Okay. And so I'm really this is, and by the way, I bought SiteTuners, but I also bought another agency. So we're building a couple agencies here. So I
Nice.
keep looking at what Parker does and Parker and his team. I'm going, I may need to have to buy this. So
Awesome. That's
yeah,
excellent.
hiring people, finding talent. Oh my God, it's so hard.
So,
So
are you doing much of the interviewing yourself, or do you have a team that does that for your company?
I have a management team now. We've grown the business, and so we have a management team, and the management team does most of the interviewing. Um, However, we hire not just for whatever the skill set, we hire for attitude, and uh, everything we do. We have our corporate values are summed up in 4 words, as odd as it sounds. Every interaction with anybody needs to be caring, knowledgeable, helpful, and entertaining. And if you did at least 3 out of the 4, we're in good shape. And so when we interview people, we're looking for people that embody that. And so, because we can
Awesome.
teach skills.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it sounds like you have a great culture in your company. I mean, how have you built that culture to and protected it, I guess?
Oh, well, the first thing I did is I shut down all our offices. Okay. We had offices in Tampa, Baton Rouge, and San Diego, and literally the first thing I did is shut them down, and everybody was happy with that, except for one person who wanted an office. So we got him shared office space. He got lonely after 3 months and he went home too. But what we do, I know, but what we do instead is we get together, we run something called the conversion conference. So we get together wherever we have that. But we have employees in different locations. Our employees now are all across the United States. We have employees in Portugal, Spain, Colombia, and Japan. Oh, in
Nice.
Mexico, I'm sorry. So we're literally all over the place now. And what we try to do is have regional get-togethers. The only person that's really stuck is the poor guy in Japan, because he's by himself in Japan, and Japan's far away. So we flew him to a conference in Munich, Germany, so that he could be with the European team, which is
Nice.
fine considering he's actually from Sweden and he went home and visited his parents. But my point being, we try to do other get-togethers. We also give a lot of vacation time. We have weekly meetings. And we have monthly meetings. Our monthly meeting yesterday, in addition to talking about the business, people share what they've been doing lately. And so one of our employees showed a video where he took his wife out for their birthday, and they went to the pyramids in Mexico, and they shot a video. And don't you know, he's got a video of a flying saucer going over the thing. And it's like, now we all think it's a drone, but he's convinced it's a flying saucer.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. And then somebody came back with how they stayed at the Bigfoot Motel, and we showed pictures of the Bigfoot area. So we talk business, aliens, and Bigfoot. This is how you have fun. So.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds awesome. So I know one of those key components really to make your business beyond average is your leadership team. And how have you put your leadership team together? Your management team, you call them.
Yeah, so you first want to hire people who are smarter than you are. Okay, I learned that. No, seriously,
I
right?
know, I believe that.
Yeah. Um, And I learned this lesson the hard way a long time ago. Years and years ago, I was director of marketing for a division of CompuServe, and the leadership team, we were so in sync. It was amazing. It was just amazing. And then years later, and they merged divisions and they wound up shutting our division down, even though we were killing it, right? But that's fine. Years later, the guy that ran that division was CEO of a publicly traded company, and he called me, he says, Marty, I'd like you to come be my VP of sales and marketing. And he was the best boss I ever had. And I jumped at the opportunity. And I love this guy. And I said to him, I don't know, a few months into it, I said, this is not as much fun as it was before. He says it's because, and this person will remain nameless, he says because we have one person on the executive team who is not rowing in the same direction. And it only takes one executive to foul up the entire thing. And so even though I still love this guy, we had an executive that we needed and we couldn't get rid of, and it just wasn't fun. So I learned that the team really has to get along together. They have to respect each other. They can't just be smarter than me. They have to respect each other and enjoy each other. And if they don't, bad things happen. And so I lived it. And so I
So
was
have you had to change the makeup of your team to keep that relationship and the strength there?
not at the leadership level, but lower down, we absolutely have removed some people.
Mhm.
And here's the thing. I tell everybody, because we're an agency, sometimes there's not a lot of work. And when there's not a lot of work, I won't complain at you. Take time off, go do something with your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse. I don't care. Sometimes the work's going to be high. And when it's high, okay, as long as it doesn't stay here, we're fine, because that means we need more people. So as long as the work's not always here or over here, as long as it's doing this, here's the deal. When it's down here, I won't complain at you. And when it's up here, you don't complain at me. Okay. And that's fair. But it's funny. When it's down here, nobody complains. But every once in a while, when it gets up here, they complain immediately. The people who complain immediately don't belong here. Okay. The people that step up, knowing that it's going to do this or that we're going to take care of them, are the people that stay.
Awesome. Awesome. That sounds great. So many entrepreneurs have a mentor or sources of inspiration. Who has really influenced you in your journey and how they contributed to your growth?
So that person I worked for, Charlie, really, I learned so much from him. I can never thank him enough. It was amazing. But I will tell you, there's two books that I've read that absolutely have changed my life completely. Um, this one, everyone's going to roll their eyes when they hear it, but it's Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. People haven't changed in thousands of years. We're still selfish, self-centered. So I try to read that book twice a year, just like he says. And
Nice.
it's still easy to fall into bad habits, but that book really made an impact on me. And I've been reading that for decades. The second book's a little weirder. Okay. Yeah, I know. So there's a book called What Women Want Men to Know by Dr. Beverly DeAngelis, who's got a PhD in, I think, psychology. And I read this book, it's got to be 20 years ago. And I'm going to say something, so I'm going to ask everyone listening not to judge me until they hear the entire thing I say. Okay. So, so when I was reading this book, and I got through the first, I'll say 70 pages, I went, oh my God, women cannot possibly be that dysfunctional. Nobody hang up yet. And I asked people in the company who are women, I said, do you do this, this, and this? And they were like, oh yeah, absolutely. I went, wow. So I continued reading the book and I went, oh my God, men are really this dysfunctional. We're all dysfunctional. We're just dysfunctional a little differently. And I went, oh my God, how are there still people on this planet? And so when I read through all of the ways that we all think differently and act differently, and I stopped and I said, you know what? If you just truly treat everybody with respect and understand who they are and understand their perspective and that they might see things a little differently than you are because of their age, their race, their gender, just accept that. Everybody's different. Everyone deserves love and respect, And so the book started me on this path to really look at other people even more than Dale Carnegie's book did. So I know it's a little weird story, but I'm
Oh, but
telling
that's
you,
awesome. I think that's how you really grow as a leader, right? And you connect with your team. So that's
absolutely.
amazing. So congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a great book. I'm gonna have to find it and read
Yeah,
it.
it was a good book. I will tell you, here's what I took away. The big takeaway is you treat everybody fairly and equally, but it doesn't mean you treat everybody the same. All right. And what does that mean? Some people want to have Marty time and just talk to me. Other people, want me to recognize them in group meetings, and other people don't care about being recognized. Everybody's different. And when you figure out what's important to them, you can give them what they need to thrive. And when you have people that are thriving in your organization, the whole organization thrives.
Right. That's the best, right? That makes it a very special team. Sounds like you built a great company and it seems like you're continuing to grow. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Any last piece of advice you would give listeners on their journey to build their business strong and beyond average?
Oh, it's really simple. Try things, fail repeatedly. Um, because failing is just learning new things not to do going forward. And if you fail enough times, you're going to hit the things that actually work. Okay. I can't tell you how many stupid things I've done over the years. And my team, some of my team have been with me in multiple companies over the years, even, and they'll tell me when I'm doing something stupid. I love that. It's okay.
Awesome.
Fail often. That's how you succeed.
And be open to that feedback, right?
Oh,
So
absolutely. You got to be open to the feedback, and I know the stronger they're telling me that I'm doing something stupid, the more I have to pay attention. Versus if they say something, I'm not so sure about that. Versus Marty, come on. So,
awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Marty, and sharing your stories. It's great meeting you and learning more about your journey. And to everyone watching, I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.
thank you.